What's up guys, my name is Jal. Welcome to the first video on my channel. So before I get into this video, I just want to say that most of my content will be sports related, whether that's NBA stuff, NFL stuff, college basketball or college football stuff, with some NHL and MLB mixed in there. So today we're going to be talking about the James Harden trade and breaking it down, so let's get into this. So, in this mega trade that occurred yesterday, the teams that were involved were the Brooklyn Nets, Cleveland Cavaliers, the Indiana Pacers, and the Houston Rockets. Now in this deal, the Brooklyn Nets acquired, of course, James Harden and a second-round pick from Cleveland. The Cavs acquired shot blocker Jarrett Allen and Taurean Prince. The Pacers acquired young star Karis LeVert and a second-round pick from Houston. And the Houston Rockets got a pretty large haul with Victor Oladipo, Dante Exum, Rodions Kurucs, 4 first-round picks from Brooklyn and 1 from Milwaukee, which Cleveland had, and 4 first-round pick swaps that are from Brooklyn. We obviously saw a James Harden trade coming, but we didn't know it was going to be a 4-team deal. We did not know Victor Oladipo would be a part of this, or the Cleveland Cavaliers. So let's just break down each team and who they got. Now, let's look at some teams that could have traded for James Harden, but didn't. Now, the first team that could have traded for James Harden was the Philadelphia 76ers. The Philadelphia 76ers were offered James Harden in exchange for All-Star Ben Simmons, rookie sensation Tyrese Maxey, and known vlogger Matisse Thybulle. Rumor has it that President of Basketball Operations Daryl Morey declined this deal just because they love Tyrese Maxey so much. Another popular destination for James Harden was the Miami Heat, who have a plethora of young talent. Miami could have traded Tyler Hero, Duncan Robinson, Kendrick Nunn, and Precious Achiuwa, along with a bunch of first-round picks in exchange for Harden, but I guess Pat Riley loves his young talent. The Boston Celtics were another rumored team. The Boston Celtics declined sending Jaylen Brown, Marcus Smart, and multiple first-round picks in exchange for James Harden. Let's talk about the Brooklyn Nets. Obviously, James Harden is joining superstars Kevin Durant and Kyrie Irving in Brooklyn. Although Kyrie Irving isn't with the team right now, Brooklyn Nets GM Sean Marks said that Kyrie will be joining the team shortly and is ecstatic to be there. Obviously, KD and Harden have played together, but times are a lot different since then. KD and Harden did complement each other well, but like I said, times are different. Both of them are all NBA players. They are both superstars. They both need the ball in their hands. But I think they can make it work, and I think the real X factor here is Kyrie Irving. The truth is, none of these guys want to be a third option on a championship team. KD has been the first option on a team. Kyrie's been a second option on a championship team. Harden has been a first option on a Western Conference Finals team, but not a championship team. So if there's one guy that has to be a third option, in my opinion, it has to be Kyrie Irving. Kyrie Irving has played off ball before, and he has the most potential to be a floor general type player. Now, this season isn't boom or bust, as you have at least 2-3 years to win a championship, but it's big for a number of reasons. For one, the East is only getting better. Next year it's going to be a lot more competitive with all these young teams getting better. The second reason is after next year, you have KD and Harden as free agents. Both those guys aren't the most loyal in the league, and they are unrestricted, so that means they can go wherever they want. Next, we're going to look at how effective the Nets coaching and bench depth needs to be to ensure this team wins the title. This team lost a lot of depth, and they're great players in these trades. After KD, Kyrie, and Harden, there's a huge drop-off in talent. Joe Harris is the next best player, who is a sharpshooter, but he's just a role player, not a fourth option. And then there's another huge drop-off with DeAndre Jordan. DeAndre Jordan was not playing a couple nights ago. Now he's going to be expected to guard guys like Bam Adebayo, Giannis Antetokounmpo, and Joel Embiid. As for Brooklyn's bench, Landry Shamet and Bruce Brown are all right pieces, but you do not want them being your first two guys off your bench. Bruce Brown's a good defender, Shamet's able to score, but they're not near the other 6 men on other NBA contenders. As for Jeff Green, he's going to be playing a lot of small ball center for his Nets team. In fact, he might even start over DeAndre Jordan, but I'm not sure if he's going to be able to handle those big guys. Luckily, the Nets can improve their bench. The Nets were granted a 5.9 injury exception from Spencer Dinwiddie tearing his ACL. This opens up the avenue for trade. This trade also opened up 3 roster spots for the Brooklyn Nets. The Nets can sign big men like Dwayne Dedmon or Kenneth Reed, and if they want to get another scorer off their bench, sign Jamal Crawford or Isaiah Thomas. But either way, the Nets are definitely going to improve their bench this season. Now, the Nets coaching staff has been a little shaky this season. Steve Nash has been alright, but most of the plays have been drawn for KD and Kyrie, as they should be. He's now going to have to incorporate James Harden into this offense, who does the best when he has the ball in his hands. Luckily for Steve Nash, he's Mike D'Antoni at his side. If you didn't know, Mike D'Antoni coached the Rockets for a good number of years and actually helped James Harden win his first MVP and another trip to Western Conference Finals. If there's anybody that knows how to use James Harden, it's Mike D'Antoni, as he coached him for so many years and made him effective. Another thing people are pointing out about this trade is the Nets have traded so many first-round picks, 4 in fact, and we have seen this from the Nets before when they traded for a 36-year-old KG and 36-year-old Paul Pierce. That didn't go so well, as the Celtics now have Jason Tatum and Jaylen Brown. I don't think the Nets will be making the mistake, as James Harden is not as old and is still in his prime. Like I said earlier, this season isn't boom or bust, but this team has potential to win the NBA championship or even lose in the first round in this Eastern Conference. Now, the big three can take them as far as they can. The bench has to get better this season. They need to make some type of move. The coaching has to get better, but I believe in the Nets coaching staff and their front office to make this team as good as they are. Moving on to the Houston Rockets, I understand why they did this deal. They need first-round picks. They need no first-round picks because of the Russell Westbrook trade. The Thunder have them, so this is a needed move. But what I don't understand is why they traded Kyle LeVert for Victor Oladipo. Victor Oladipo is a free agent by the end of the season. He's going to want money. Eric Gordon and PJ Tucker are probably gone by the end of the season. The Indiana Pacers are a big winner of this move. Kyle LeVert's going to be a great fit in their young system. Malcolm Brogdon, Domantas Sabonis have been playing amazing this season. TJ Warren's out right now, but is playing well, and Miles Turner's been a great defensive anchor. LeVert's going to fit in seamlessly. They're going to contend now and in the future. The Indiana Pacers get an A+ from me. Finally, we have the Cleveland Cavaliers, and the Cavs are also a big winner. The Cavs got Jarrett Allen, who is having an amazing season. He's a beast in the paint. He's known for his shot blocking skills and abilities. The only question is their center rotation. This probably means Andre Drummond's on the team next year, but we'll see what they do. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you like this video, leave a thumbs up. If you like more content like this, please subscribe. I'll catch you guys later.